Shalom family, it's your brother Benaiah Ben Israel. And no, it's not what you think. These aren't pictures of your friendly neighborhood KKK marching to the home of a so-called black man. Instead, this is considered a holy Gentile Easter celebration in Spain. But then why do these images look so familiar? And why do these images strike fear in many of our brothers and sisters? And better yet, why is it that the places in which these familiar celebrations occur show up as DNA matches on so-called Negro DNA reports? Confused? Well, you should be. The Gentile Holy Week of Easter, historically scheduled near the Heavenly Father's holy day of Passover, the Roman Gentile Christian substitute holy day is historically associated with paganism, with bunnies, eggs, and the goddess Estar. Its religious observance wasn't practiced by the apostles or early followers of the Messiah or Hamashiach. Instead, the apostles observed Passover, and it's the Most High Yah's holy day of Passover which bears the greatest significance in this day and age. You see, fam, the day of Passover bears substantial significance to the children of Israel, for it was on the day of Passover in 70 AD on which General Titus presented his army, his Roman army, on the hill to the inhabitants of Jerusalem before sacking the city, destroying the temple, and killing and scattering the children of Judah to the four corners of the world as foretold by the Messiah or Hamashiach. You see, fam, these descendants of Rome who destroyed Jerusalem, burned the Most High Yahuwah's temple to the ground, also persecuted the children of Judah via papal bulls issued by the Pope, which started an organization called the Inquisition. And it is on the day of Easter in which we see their descendants dress up in Inquisition-inspired uniforms and march in a procession practiced by the KKK in the Americas today. And yes, fam, according to references, the KKK draws their organizational structure directly from the Roman Church. The point, fam, the Inquisition followed the Negroes all the way from Spain all the way to the Americas. In fact, we can literally find Negroes listed in the Inquisition records as those persecuted by the Inquisition. These victims were listed as being persecuted for Judaism and listed as Negroes and listed as being from the places in which the Inquisition expelled their brews to. As the Inquisition followed these Negroes into the Americas, their agents took their uniforms with them. You can find these Inquisition uniforms in islands in the Caribbean, the last stop for some slaves before they entered into the Americas. You see, fam, the people who wore these uniforms were known to torment the brews in Spain and Portugal over to the Americas. This is why we aren't surprised when we see the KKK, which was reborn in North America in 1915, followed by the greatest, bloodiest massacres of Negroes across the U.S., which includes Black Wall Street, the Red Summer, and more. All this occurred after the people dressed in Inquisition uniforms reorganized into a national organization in 1915. In other words, fam, people who dressed like this weren't good for the children of Israel. And you see, fam, Easter was their Roman Gentile holy day authorized by the Pope. Now, the children of Israel, on the other hand, observed the day of Passover, the day the Messiah was crucified, and the day that the blood was spread over the doorposts of the children of Israel. while they were yet in bondage in Egypt, in which the Most High Yah dealt the people of Egypt a mighty blow of judgment. The firstborn found in every home of the Egyptians were struck down and killed by Yahuwah. And it was this tragic blow which caused Pharaoh to tell the children of Israel to get out now. In other words, fam, the day of Passover was the children of Israel's day of liberation. So this is why we pay close attention to the day of Passover, because Yahuwah may once again use this day to liberate the children of Israel from bondage and to place judgment on the land of Egypt. And with that, fam, I say shalom.